Hello everybody and welcome back to our Hogwarts Legacy completionist playthrough. And we're back for a new recording chunk. Last time we just finished up Sebastian's story quest, and today, whoops, didn't mean to do that, we're going to do the side quest of Friend Indeed, because I know it's a dungeon crawl and I want to get those out of the way. Serona, the proprietress of the Three Broomsticks in Hogsmeade, sent me an owl requesting that I meet with her at my earliest convenience. I should find out what she needs. Off to Hogsmeade we go, and we still got a few quests in Hogsmeade. Tangled Web, that's going to be fun. Same with this. And then the Unique Unicorn, which should be pretty interesting.
What are you up to now?
I am up to talking with Serona Ryan.
Glad you came.
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgog?
We're actually working, well, we were working together.
I did, thank you. In fact, we're working together to try and rein in Ranrock.
Are you? I suspected you and he would get along. Perhaps best I don't know details of your plans. Then I shall refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something.
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favor for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I've actually met Mrs. Sprottle. I recently spoke with her about her friend, Claire Beaumont.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle have a Wiggenweld supply?
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Why did you leave your box of letter with the Sprottles?
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
Let's go do it.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Alright, let's go talk with Dorothy in Upper Hogsfield. Again. As much as I'd love to fly straight there, I'm pretty sure I have to run out of Hogsmeade first. But that's fine. Yeah, I do. It's been a little bit, but not too long since I've played this game. So let's get out of Hogsmeade and into Hogsfield. Might as well fly on the broom. It ought to be pretty fun doing that. Nothing I can do there. Still not out of the Hogsmeade area, eh? Now I am. I imagine right here is the boundary marker. Yep. Huh.
Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Same place as last time.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aiden used to collect Horklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some Horklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aiden died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aiden took ill when he was collecting Horklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather Horklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Oh, goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
I didn't realize this needed apologies. What was in the box of letters?
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle. Time for the dungeon crawl.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those Horklumps. I, and the vendors I help, would greatly appreciate it.
I already gave you the Horklumps. Shame there's no unique dialogue. Like, I hope you get those
It's
letters.
one of those tables Professor Shah mentioned.
Wait, didn't I already get all the astronomy tables? I swear I already got all the astronomy tables. Yeah, I did. Okay. Alright, let's deal with the poacher pack.
I see you. Let me over. I'll watch the light go out.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle
Let
mentioned.
me also.
Dang it, I need to drag the ranger down. By hitting a few Ashwinders. And yet you're down.
Careful not to get bit. No one takes one of my own and lives. You disappoint me.
I disappoint you? You disappoint me, lady. That was a boring fight. I'd hoped you'd put up more of a struggle. Instruction 3 collection updated with that. Excellent. Now let us enter Horklum Hollow for a nice little dungeon crawl. If that outside didn't give you an indication. Of what we're up against.
Comes to Mrs. Sprottle, but I still need to visit the cave to find Sirona's box of... Better have a look around. See about the
Letters.
Horklums and the box of letters. That's all the Horklums for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
That's been all the Horklums.
Revelio.
That looks like trouble.
Lumos.
And indeed it was.
Revelio.
Devil's Snare taking some life out, but I have 24 Wiggenwilds, so I will be totally fine. Whew. Old troll den. Specifically a troll that got out of its cage by the looks of things.
Revelio.
If I remember correctly, there's a
I'll have to
troll.
fight
Yep.
that troll, or avoid it altogether.
Well, we aren't avoiding it. Hit it with what I can before it smashes everything worth using. Oh, those skulls are apples. There we go. Hit it with its own boulder. Forgot you didn't need to pulse us for that. Not the big epic troll boss fight I remember. But this probably was just a different troll. Yeah, troll boogies. Don't need the Dittany. I do need the loot. Which is why I'm bombarding everything. A shrivel fig. Don't see many of those. Hi, little Bun Bun. Couple of shrivel figs, actually. Ah, right here. Plenty of squirrels.
Revelio.
Here we go. The letters in the box. Dear Sirona, when I arrived here, I had a troubling sense that in many ways I wasn't like the other first years. I confess I worried that Hogwarts might not have been the proper place for me, and pondered, sending an owl home to my parents, asking them to fetch me almost before the first week of classes had ended. How did you know? I presume you're not secretly a legilimens, but I did wonder that you seemed to know my thoughts better than I did myself. That day, in the Three Broomsticks, when you spotted me huddled in a corner, staring blankly at an untouched butterbeer and an empty bit of parchment, my quill dripping ink woefully onto the floor, and you came to sit with me. Well, I shall never forget it. Recall a sudden sense of relief, as if someone had cast a levitation charm on me. When you told me about how nervous you'd been to come to Hogwarts, I looked at you, and it seemed beyond my imagination to think of you as anything but the confident, contented witch sitting before me. In the days that followed, I marveled at how you charmed, in the non-magical sense I mean, everyone around you without apology, embracing who you were and who they were. It was as though a candle had flickered on for me. I realized that I could choose that path as well. Now that my school years are ending, the frightened first year which I had been seems worlds away. And I know it's because of you. I know it's because you saw yourself in that despairing creature in the corner of the pub and so generously extended yourself to her. Yours sincerely, Mirabelle. P.S. Please tell Mrs. Sprottle that I still plan on visiting her, and Mr. Sprottle whenever I can, for their delightful conversation, and I am unashamed to admit her incomparable cauldron cakes. Dear Serona, I conjured this wee gift for you as a token of my gratitude. If you hadn't stood your ground on my behalf during the Quidditch practice last week, I might have left the team altogether. And now we've won the Quidditch Cup. Ravenclaw House would not be the same without you. Yours sincerely, Sean. Yes, that is a terrible accent. My dear Serona, I've sent a note separately to Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle for their hospitality, but felt the need to put quill to parchment with my thanks to you as well. What a lovely respite from the castle. I won't soon forget how we giggled about that ridiculous gnome. Did he truly believe that he was singing? And Mrs. Sprottle's steak and kidney pie was simply glorious. I shall be dreaming of it for days. I so appreciate you including me. I fear I must warn you, however, that this does not mean I will go easy on you in next year's match. You know that Ravenclaw's no match for Slytherin this year. Most gratefully yours, Philomena.
This must be Serona's box of letters.
Did I miss the trophy somewhere? Or the collection chest somewhere? I swear I got it. But it appears I did not. So let's head back. See if I missed it somewhere obvious. Which appears to be the case, right? With it being right over here somewhere. Yeah, as bad as I am at doing the different accents, I do love doing them. It's just something so stupid hearing myself do stupid accents. But stupid in a good way, you know? Like, stupid in the sense that I'm making a fool of myself because I want to, not because somebody else thinks it's funny and is goading me to do so. Aha, aha, aha. Found it, it's up here. I've just gotta keep going, LOL. Alright, let's read the next letter. Dear Serona, happy birthday, my darling friend. I sneaked into the kitchens and asked Finky to make your favorite, cream crowdy. She was delighted to oblige. Not sure where she got raspberries at this time of year. Genius that, Finky. Bess.
I should take this box of letters to Serona. She'll be glad to have it back.
Okay, I can't do Serona's voice, so I won't try. Dear Mrs. Sprottle, Mother and Father were delighted to hear that you and I had spent the afternoon at Glad Rags last Saturday. Truth be told, I think my mother was ever so slightly envious. I shan't forget how heartily we laughed at my efforts to lace the bodice of my new dress. Challenge indeed, as is the rather delicate practice of properly situating a hat pin without wounding either my hat or my head. But I adore everything that we selected, and have you to thank for now feeling like a marvelously fashionable witch. It was also a treat to dine at the Three Broomsticks without having to clear the tables. Shall own a place like that one day. Mark my words. I consider myself more than lucky that you and Mr. Sprottle agreed to let me stay. I know that my parents feel precisely the same way. Yours gratefully,
That's
Serona.
everything. Serona will be glad to have this back.
Oh, nope. I do need to find a way up for that collection chest, because it's not everything till we get that chest. Whap! Wabbajack, 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 wab. Wabbajack, I am Wabbajack, 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 I am Sheogorath. Alright, now let's think straight and figure out how to get to that collection chest.
Revelio.
I don't particularly feel like coming back. Oh. I think I may have already missed it. So I'll re-enter Horklump Hollow and take a second look. Into the Forbidden Forest, though I do like music. Back to Horklump Hollow. Quite peaceful music as opposed to the tones of Feldcroft, but just as appropriate. I mean, this is still your carefree phase. Sure, you know that Ranrock and Rookwood are after you by this point, but it hasn't really sunk in, has it? It's just a marvelous adventure. One to laugh about and enjoy, and idly wonder what comes next.
Revelio.
There we go. It's not something... I didn't get this last playthrough either, I bet. It's not something that you've started to worry about and push forward. Because while you have met Lodgok, he's off doing the work and it's still time to enjoy yourself. Collection updated with short stairs. Ooh, looks like a torture cell. Torture chamber. So yeah, I really do appreciate the musical choices. Huge props to the soundtrack designer for this game for drawing on the familiar that we're all accustomed to when playing Harry Potter games, while not making it feel like the same, but also making it feel different enough to really be enjoyable. Might as well grab the Ditney. Like, I'm gonna say all I want about the story, but I know that that's not gonna resonate with some people. It really does seem like stories become less important for video games, which is a real shame. But my god, the soundtrack and world are gorgeous in this game. I really do like the animation style. It is subtly different to other similar styles, like I guess Odyssey's a good example. Valhalla came out. Actually, Valhalla is the better example because it came out around this time. This animation isn't as like realistic, I'll admit, but it's every bit as good. Oh, I didn't even realize I'd flown right into Hogsmeade. I didn't even realize I had flown right into Hogsmeade. Okay. Let's see. It's gonna be faster just to flew powder over. I think we'll do the other quest in the Three Broomsticks for the next episode.
Oh, I do hope Mary and her neighbours...
Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some Horklumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
May I ask you about the letters in the box?
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
Is Mirabelle Professor Garlic?
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlic?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
Were you on the Quidditch team?
One of the letters mentioned Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
Are Mrs. Sprottle and you as close as you seem?
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aiden. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through... well, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
Happy to help.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aiden. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Alrighty, well that's where this episode's gonna end. Next time we're gonna talk to Crispin Dunn. But we're gonna leave the hogs.
I do hope Mary and her neighbours aren't harmed.
Okay, well he just mentioned what I was waiting for him to mention. Kinda surprised we didn't get enough of a level up from that quest. Like, we're literally right there. Oh well. Getting closer and closer on conjurations. Keg shelf. Now got 4 more from quests, 1 more from challenges, the hardest one of course, and quite a few left for exploration. Alrighty, thank you all for watching. I hope you all have enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Until